Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Architectural Styles of Chinese Buddhist Temples podcast series. This is our first episode, the architectural style and cultural influence of Whitehorse Temple in Luoyang. I am your host and speaker today, Yue Zhu. Whitehorse Temple in Luoyang is one of the oldest Buddhist temples in China and is often referred to as the cradle of Chinese Buddhism. It is the only temple in the world that features architectural styles from China, Thailand, India, and Myanmar. The architectural style of Whitehorse Temple combines traditional Chinese architecture with Buddhist elements, possessing unique historical and cultural value. Whitehorse Temple was built in the 11th year of Yongping during the Eastern Han Dynasty, AD 68, by Emperor Ming of Han. It is the first officially established Buddhist temple in China. According to historical records, Emperor Ming sent envoys to the west to seek Buddhist teachings. They returned with two Indian monks, Kashyapa Matanga and Dharmaratna, along with Buddhist scriptures and statues, transported by a white horse. The temple is named after this white horse. The architectural style of Whitehorse Temple is deeply influenced by Han Dynasty architecture, reflecting its solemnity and stability while incorporating Buddhist architectural elements. The layout and decorative style of the temple retain traditional Chinese architectural features while adding Buddhist cultural characteristics, giving it a unique place in the history of Chinese architecture. The architectural style of Whitehorse Temple can be categorized into several aspects: traditional Chinese layout and Han-style architecture. The overall layout of Whitehorse Temple follows the typical characteristics of traditional Chinese Buddhist temples, using an axial symmetrical arrangement. Major buildings are aligned along a central axis, from the Tianwang Hall to the Mahavira Hall and the Reception Hall. The architectural style shows clear Han influences, with shishan or hanging eaves roofs, bracket sets, and slightly upturned eaves, creating a regular and harmonious form. Influence of Southeast Asian architectural culture. As a Buddhist sanctuary, Whitehorse Temple has also incorporated cultural elements from other countries and regions. The temple includes areas featuring the architectural styles of India, Thailand, and Myanmar, reflecting the design influences of Southeast Asia. Incorporation of modern elements after multiple reconstructions. Over the 1900 years since its establishment, Whitehorse Temple has undergone several reconstructions and renovations, especially following the significant damages after 1949. Modern architectural elements have been integrated during these renovations. For example, the modern replica-style Hall of 10,000 Buddhas, built in 2015. Inclusion of other architectural styles. Whitehorse Temple also integrates Buddhist architectural styles from countries like India, Thailand, and Myanmar, such as the Thai Temple, the Indian Buddhist Courtyard, and the Myanmar Buddhist Courtyard. The construction of the Thai Buddhist Courtyard is a testament to the friendship and cultural exchange between China and Thailand. The Myanmar Buddhist Courtyard mimics the style of the Mandalay Palace, showcasing Myanmar's architectural features. The architectural style of Whitehorse Temple is a prime example of Chinese Buddhist architecture, deeply reflecting the local history, culture, and religious beliefs. Here are several aspects that Whitehorse Temple's architectural style reflects about local culture. Rich Central Plains culture. Luoyang, as one of the origins of Central Plains culture, has a long history and rich cultural heritage. The architectural style of Whitehorse Temple reflects the typical characteristics of Central Plains culture. For example, the temple's symmetrical layout along a central axis is a significant feature of traditional Central Plains architecture, highlighting its grandeur and orderliness. The architectural forms adhere to Han and Tang traditions, such as the double-eaved hipped roofs, bracket sets, and carved beams and columns, showcasing the architectural craftsmanship and aesthetic traditions of the Central Plains. Fusion of Buddhist and traditional Chinese cultures. Whitehorse Temple is the first officially established Buddhist temple in China, reflecting the spread and development of Buddhist culture in the Central Plains and the deep integration of Buddhist culture with traditional Chinese culture. The Buddha statues, murals, and carvings within the temple incorporate Buddhist cultural elements, such as the Buddha statue in the Mahavira Hall, highlighting the characteristics of Buddhist art. The decorative style of the temple combines traditional Chinese artistic forms, such as dragon and phoenix motifs and cloud patterns, demonstrating the fusion of Buddhist and traditional Chinese art. political and religious integration. The establishment of White Horse Temple is closely tied to Emperor Ming of Han's advocacy, reflecting the integration of politics and religion at that time. Regional characteristics and humanistic sentiments. White Horse Temple is not only a center for religious activities, but also an important cultural landscape in Luoyang, reflecting the region's unique characteristics and humanistic sentiments. Folk beliefs. As a sacred Buddhist site, White Horse Temple attracts many devotees and tourists, becoming a significant place for local folk beliefs. On important Buddhist festivals such as the Bathing Buddha Festival, grand celebrations are held at the temple, showcasing the pious faith of local residents. Cultural exchange. As the starting point of Buddhism's introduction to China, White Horse Temple bears witness to the history of Sino-Indian cultural exchanges, reflecting the openness and inclusiveness of Luoyang as an ancient capital. Thank you for listening to our first episode on the Architectural Styles of Chinese Buddhist Temples podcast series. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we will explore another fascinating temple.